What is up? Welcome back to the channel. It is the Sunday, March 16th, 2025 Helium Miner update. Doing a live stream here from our world headquarters here in Kona, Hawaii. You've been following on the channel. You've been following along on the sunset cams and the surf cams. You'll get the view that we've got. Let's go ahead and just pop over here real quick before we get to the update. There you go. Pretty nice out here today. Haven't seen any whales, but great day. Was out swimming in the ocean this morning. Visibility wasn't the greatest, but pretty nice, pretty calm. Got some gentle swells coming in from the west. Just taking a look out. Yeah, pretty daggone nice. So there you go. That's looking towards Kailua town, Kona, as it is probably more popularly known. And then over there's kind of center screen, that land, that's as you're looking out there, that's heading out towards the airport. So there you go. Anyway, if you've been following on the channel, you'll know that we have 4 MNTD helium miners. Again, one here in our world headquarters here in Kona, Hawaii. We've got 2 in Portland, Oregon, and we've got 1 in Alpine, Wyoming. Just quick background on the Helium decentralized network. It's basically a low power, decentralized network, long range for various devices, smart sensors, smart electrical meters, GPS devices, things like that. Be able to connect them via network that is more cost effective than cell towers. So that's why we've got this. And again, this is not financial advice, just doing this for fun as a hobby. We've got these they're MNTD brand miners. There's other brands out there, and we're using those to tap into the Helium network, earn Helium crypto, and basically just help that network along. But again, we're just doing this as a hobby, and so no financial advice here, and that's about it. So as we always do during the weekly update, by the way, hopefully everyone's having a great Sunday. Talk about what we're earning on the miners. Previously it had been IoT. We're still kind of tracking that, even though we've gone back to Helium via the Helium Improvement Protocol 138. IoT trading at $0.000489 per token. That's up about 17%. All coins are actually up. And then Helium HNT, which is what we are earning on the miners, trading at $3.24 per token. That's up about 15%. So typically we'll see Helium IoT operate kind of in concert there. Bitcoin trading at the time of the recording while I'm doing this live, 82,100, which is about even for the weekend. I think crypto seems to have got, or sorry, not crypto, Bitcoin seems to have gotten a little more stable here. I mean, obviously we got the announcement via the executive orders for the strategic Bitcoin reserve and the U.S. digital assets stockpile, which I think, in my opinion, is actually a pretty good idea. So that rather than selling these crypto assets, is developing a framework so that we've got a system to be able to keep them and hold them, and be able to develop some policy with that. And again, the U.S., I think we're holding like 200 to 215 thousand bitcoins, which is roughly 18 to $20 billion worth of stockpile, and then as well as Ethereum, Solana, and then other crypto assets. As far as the digital asset stockpile, one of the stipulations there is that we don't use taxpayer monies for that. So I certainly agree with that. That it's basically all asset forfeiture, and at least that's what they're planning to do for now. But basically, no cost, keeping it cost neutral to the taxpayer. So I think that's a good idea. Anyhow. We will get to the update here. Actually, I did want to bring up something just on miners. Had a question from somebody this week. Bought some miners. I do know, when we got these MNTD miners a few years ago, we got them straight from the factory, so had a pretty good experience as far as being able to onboard them and whatnot. But I think sometimes now especially if you're looking on the used market, certainly you can. There's some good deals to be had out there, which will make your ROI obviously go up if you've got your capital expenditure down. But you also need to find out if your miner, the one you're buying, is still linked, if it's still basically hooked up to another crypto wallet. If that's the case, that just needs to be removed by the previous owner. And again, just trying to help you out here, give as far as just due diligence, that you want to make sure that is the case. Because sometimes if you do end up buying a used miner and you don't have access to whomever the seller is, or if whoever you're buying it from is a reseller from somebody else, then you may be out of luck there. Because if you don't have the ability, if it's linked to a wallet and the seller doesn't unlink it, then you cannot use the miner. So just wanted to give you that information. One of the things you can do is you can go to the Helium Explorer network, basically explorer.helium.com, and you can use the MAC address or the miner name to be able to identify whether it's still linked to a wallet or not. So that's a tool that you can use if you're looking at buying a miner. As far as the miner name, that's basically, it's a three-word name, and that you can plug that into the Helium Explorer network and be able to see if it is linked up to a wallet. So anyway, just want to help you out there. So anyway, getting to our update, our Kona miner, the one we're at right now, that one, it's sitting in a hexagon with a couple of other miners. And again, just from a definition perspective, if you look at the Helium map, it's divided into many hexagons, and then in those you'll have anywhere from one to multiple miners. So if you're looking to set something up, if you're the only miner there and you've got neighboring miners, then from a communication perspective, you're going to be not having to share earnings with anyone else, versus if you're in a hexagon with other miners, then you are going to have to split those earnings. So just something to keep in mind as far as trying to figure out your ROI. And then also via Explorer Helium, you can see what potential earnings are there. So certainly, if you want to do some research, that's a way to do that. Anyway, that Kona miner, 0.544 Helium tokens for the week. Like I said, sitting in a hexagon with a couple of other miners. That's up 11% for the week, so good news there. Our Portland 1 location, that one's sitting in a hexagon with 5 other miners. So we've got some competition there. That one is up 5% for the week at 0.149 Helium tokens. So you can see there that just having those 5 miners there versus having 3 in the other one, that you're getting less earnings that way. Plus, just here in Hawaii, there's just less miners, so definitely less competition. One thing to note too, just from an energy perspective, these are all low energy devices. You're typically, the input's about 5 watts if you want to figure out how much energy you're going to use. So 5 watts, pretty low energy. You can figure out based on your cost per kilowatt hour how much it's going to cost you to run this thing annually. But it's typically a very small amount. Anyway, moving on, Portland 2, that one we got the fortune to have that in a hexagon by itself. That one only earned 0.504 Helium tokens. So that one actually up until about a month or so ago was doing better than the Hawaii one. Now it's doing slightly less. So that is what it is, and that's about even or so for the week. But still pretty good, 5.504 Helium tokens. And then our Alpine miner, that one is active. We monitor it once a week, but I will tell you that just rural helium mining is just not doing that well. A lot of that has to do with there are not a lot of rural helium miners. They were trying to incentivize it about a year or so ago, and we are one of I think 3 miners there in Alpine, Wyoming. We're about 35 miles southwest of Jackson Hole. And a little town, about 1,200 people, and just not a lot of stuff happening as far as the helium miners. So Anyway, it's transmitting, receiving, but no earnings, and that's been the way it's been for a couple of months. So 7-day earnings, let's total that up. 1.197 Helium tokens. And then looking at it from a 30-day basis, that will be Kona's earned 2.109 Helium tokens. Portland 1 has earned 0.608 Helium tokens. And Portland 2 has earned 2.176 Helium tokens. So still a little bit more than Kona. And then again, Alpine, big fat goose egg. Total for the 30 days, you can compare that to what you're doing, is 4.893 Helium tokens. So that's the summary for March 16th. And then, as we always do here, looking at the ROI, we look at the dollars that we're earning. And again, like I said earlier in the stream, this is a hobby, so no financial advice at all. Our 7-day earnings is a whopping $3.88 over those 4 miners. And then 30-day earnings is a whopping $15.85. So that's what, about 3 dozen eggs or so at today's prices. Doing the ROI calculation, and the way I do that here is I take that 30-day earnings to get the best average, divide or the $15.85 divided by 30. I get a daily rate, and then take that over, extrapolate on to 365 days for the year, and that gives me an ROI of 12.1%, which is, I think, a little bit lower than we were last week, but we're somewhere in that 11 to 13% range right now, which seems like it's probably going to stabilize. Again, we'll see, but that looks like where it's going to be at right now. So anyhow, that is the update. Again, like I said, I wanted to talk to you just about if you're buying those miners now, regarding make sure you check the MAC address or the miner name to make sure that it's not hooked up to a Helium wallet. So that when you get it, that you can onboard it successfully. So that should do it. Let's go check the view out real quick. There we go. And obviously you can come back here for surf cam probably tomorrow late morning Hawaii time, where we got sunset cam rolling tonight. But yeah, beautiful Pacific Ocean. So there you go. That is the update. Hopefully everyone is having a great Sunday, and we will see you for the update next week. Peace.